What is up, friendly people of the internet down here? We are here to look at Animal Crossing New Horizons. So, at PAX East, they finally have a new demo for the game, where they show finally a whole bunch of bits off and give us a better impression what the game is actually like. Well, I say demo, it's actually more of a guided tour, because this seems like the full game, but people at the booth who are wearing these delightful Tom Nook shirts basically guide you through the experience. In any case, there's a ton to talk about. To start with, we are here at our own video. Look, it says Game Explain right there. I'm not freebooting my own video, you guys. So, if we move along a little bit here, you see there's actually a chat box. So, initially we thought that you had to use the Nintendo Switch Online app, but it seems that you can still send messages within the game. It will obviously take a bit longer, because if you're playing on a television, you have to manually select the buttons. But, you know what, it's still nice to see. Secondly, if we go to 6.11 here, yes, you'll soon see that you can actually change up the camera. So with the right stick, you can actually change the perspective on where your camera actually stands. And I think that's extremely useful, especially in multiplayer. But it's also kind of useful if you want to see items from a different perspective, or kind of want to get ready to run away from bees. I think that's really awesome. It reminds me a lot of the GameCube camera view, which was basically my way to experience the world. So I'm at least glad that's back. Now, we go into the bigger stuff from now on. Well, I say bigger stuff. Not everything is equally big, but you know what? Let's just run with it. First of all, the museum. How lovely is it to see the museum in full? So, to start things off, we see a bug section, a fossil section, a fish section. What are we missing? We don't see a section for the paintings. The ones that you would buy from Red, and also have to guess if they are real or not. So, I have two theories about this. Theory 1, they're gone. Do I believe this myself? Maybe. They want to streamline the experience this much, so it might be possible. Secondly, and maybe more importantly, I think there's something to say about a potential upgrade. Look at this spot right here. There are stairs leading up to it, but there's nowhere to go. This makes me think, with emphasis on think, that there might be a secondary upgrade here at some point. Do I know that for a fact? No. Do I think it will happen? Very much so. I'm not sure what the second floor will entail. Maybe it will be like New Leaf, where you can put up your own exhibits and have various other little functions, but we'll see how this one goes. In any case, it seems very different. Look at these environments too. Do you see that? How lush those are? Really, really incredible. There was something I wanted to show you here within this footage as well. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, there's actually a back room here, where more and smaller insects live. You can actually see some sort of an ant farm here. That's really cool. And then finally, if you go to the right here, you actually get a little laboratorium. I think that's amazing. It adds so much style to the overall proceedings of collecting and seeing how everything is displayed. There's one more. I kind of want to show you the aquarium as well. Look how gorgeous that is. That reminds me of a real aquarium. I've been to a bunch around the world, and I especially love the one in Tokyo. But the life they've put into this simple aquarium is stunning. And I think with the new camera angles, that you can get a real good look at everything that you collect. And I think that's awesome. In any case, there's a few more points to make about the museum and its collectibles. First of all, we have a few screenshots or off-screen screenshots made by Risa Hunt here on Twitter. And we see bladders in a tent. This means that he doesn't start out in the museum. And in fact, if you go further, in order to open a museum, we need 15 more exhibit items. So this means that you have to collect a certain amount. We don't know for a fact if it's 15. This could also just somewhere be middle in the game. But you need a certain amount of exhibit items before the museum can open. This sort of debunks my theory that you actually have to put money and funds into it. No, to make a cultural investment, you need to collect a certain amount before the museum can open. And I think that's honestly really cool. That's so cool. I honestly didn't expect that. And it immediately feels like you have a goal to shoot for, because doing all your debt feels like ages away. And it likely will. But this feels a little bit more immediate and a pull to head towards. So having like this little goal of opening up the museum is very much up my alley. Then we also have these little exhibits here, where basically there are fossilized crabs and squids. I'm not sure what to make of these, but I found that really interesting. Really interesting thing to think about. Then finally, the Critterpedia, which is one of my favorite things to do in Animal Crossing, collecting everything. Oh my lord, they actually expanded the selection a whole amount. And how do I see this, you might ask? Because you see the bitterling here, and obviously that seems like something we already knew. Yes. You actually have tortoises here. How freaking cool is that? You can actually collect tortoises. So it seems like for also in addition to the fossils, it seems there's also a lot more fish and potentially more bugs to collect, which is the thing that I really want to do. Like I want to really dive into collecting every little detail of the world, and with the expanded options here, that seems very well possible. So that's extremely lovely. So we need to go back to the game explain video and go to 1623. So here we have Nook Miles Plus, an upgrade for Nook Miles. Nook Miles Plus, Nook Miles with a plus. Your rank has increased, and you can now use Nook Miles Plus services. Nook Miles Plus makes it even easier to earn miles as you go about enjoying island life. There are also special redemption options that only Nook Miles Plus members get. Please take advantage of this amazing opportunity. So Nook Miles Plus gives you a lot more leeway. First of all, there is a way bigger scrolling bar to right here, which means there are also a lot more goals and stamps to collect. And actually, if you go along in this video, you'll see that the list is a whole lot bigger than we had in the last video, or the direct video for that matter. So here you actually have to chop a certain amount of trees. For the first stamp you do 20. Bone Finder, Fossil Assessment, which you get for assessing fossils. Flower Power, Pick of the Bunch, Claiming Collected, the whole shigaroo. And they're also like color coded, so you know where they exactly fit into the mold. Secondly is this screen. So, in addition to all the other goals, you also have daily goals, which gives you additional multiplier bonuses. So, for example, they already completed the one at the right here, which gives them a +2. 10 flowers, you get 100 Nook Miles for that, but it goes times 5, so 500. You have a sell out item for a fortune for 200. Sell shells for 200. Grow fruit trees for 100 and chop wood for 150. So you get constantly rewarded, especially if you go to the Nook Miles Plus program, which makes it very important to make that upgrade happen. We don't know the requirements for this, and let's be very clear on this, but it seems like a way you would use to keep enjoying the game. And I think that's very special and very powerful. Now, if we go to another YouTube video by Bobby Wasabi, you actually see the screen for the Nook Miles Plus program. You see an additional set of hairstyles here, but also a bell voucher, phone case, and spiky fence. And in fact, if you go further, you see like more of these DIY objects that you would place in the world, like the stone fence, the drinking fountain, the manhole cover, stone tablet, destination signpost, and the wave breaker. So, by getting to Nook Miles Plus, and by collecting miles, you can actually place new environment objects in your town. This makes, once again, it makes upgrading to Nook Miles Plus so incredibly important. And by doing so, you expand your town with a lot more cool items that you can spread across, and you actually have to craft, which I think is really awesome. We don't know how much there is, but look at the bar at the right here. It just keeps going. If we can go a little bit back here. It just keeps going. The list on this is insane. This means that a lot of the items that you can spread across your town come from this menu. This makes Nook Miles that much more important. And I think that's great, honestly. It will be ideal for some who just want a straightforward progression, obviously. But with the public works projects in New Leaf, it felt that you kind of got them at random, and having a structurized menu for them makes a whole lot of sense. A whole lot of sense. So let's move into other stuff. Once a day, for accessing the Nook Stop, you also get bonus miles, like 50 at day 1. So it seems like for every time you go back to the ATM here, which is now upgraded with this Nook logo and these waves across here, which is very nice. You get even bonus miles for just going into the portal, which seems like a very important thing to do, like a login bonus. I'm all about that. Oh, this, yes. So we didn't know what these were called. These are used to customize your furniture. So you, for example, needed 4 to change the color. These are just called customization kits. Just straight up customization kits. We know for a fact that you can buy these at Tom Nook. I'm not sure if it was in this footage, but I will double check for you. Just going quickly over it. Because I do think they're going into Tom Nook's. Might be wrong about that though. Doesn't exactly matter either way, but... Oh, there we go. See? It's right there. So you can actually buy that, including also more DIY cards, through the shop here. So yeah, they're straight up just called customization kits. So next up, we have messages in a bottle, and another way to get DIY cards. So, on the beach you will see these messages that you can pick up. And that you then read. Mysterious stranger. I did a DIY and got the stuff wrong, so I made this on accident. Man, I tell you, I'm all accidents today. I almost ate it because I was sleepy and hungry, but I'm glad I didn't. If you make it, scream, I made it! Weber, aka DIY Man, I got a DIY recipe. So basically, through this process, there's still a little bit of randomness to it, but I don't imagine that essential items will be unlocked this way. It's just a way that you get additional ones. Which I think is awesome. Like, there's still a bit of a surprise there, how you get them. But we don't know that for a fact, but it's just nice to see, you know? So next up, you can actually jump over holes. So this character here grabs a fall, so just jumps over the holes. I've never seen this mechanic before, but it's incredibly charming. Just want to point it out. So this, you can actually make face paint for your face and create a custom design that will be tailored onto your face, which seems kind of crazy to me. In addition, you can also choose your male or female setting. We don't know that much about it, about custom design. But that seems like a really crazy idea. I wonder how that works. If somebody can do that, please do. I kind of want to see more and kind of have an idea what is actually happening here. So, lost items are in the game. So, in the previous titles, the villagers in your town would lose some of their belongings, and you would have to ask them, is this yours? And then, in return, you would get a special item for helping them out. That seems set to return, because we randomly see a pouch here. And my thinking is that you will likely have to give it to them again. Ask them, once again, is this yours? And if they say yes, everything is well and dandy. How the letters are handled is also really interesting. We don't see how you can access this menu, but like you actually get like an option to store all of your letters this way in like a maximum of 300. There's actually a separation between letters, some with gifts, and then once you start, which means that maybe it's a Nook phone menu. It seems to me that this would be like a Nook phone menu. That being said, they are close to the 10. Maybe you just access it from your mailbox, which would be even crazier. But my indication at the very least is that you can just access this menu from any time, because why would you store your letters elsewhere? That's my main thinking about this. We'll see how it goes. Once again, if somebody can figure this out for me, I would love you forever. Please record everything that I want to know more of. And we'll definitely do a follow-up video. So the opening hours for Able Sisters have changed. By the way, huge shout out to the Animal Crossing New Horizons subreddit. They're amazing. Please go follow them. I should follow them too. I'm just not even logged in right now. But I will do that after I'm done with the video. So, in New Leaf, you could actually set the hours. So, it used to be... Regular hours used to be 10 AM to 9 PM. Which they expanded now to an additional hour. So, it's straight up 9 AM to 9 PM. Then, you had different settings in the game, like Early Bird and Night Owl. But those don't seem to come back. So, it seems to be that, like, straight up from 9 to 9. Which is a good, considerable amount of time to get your clothing in. I don't think you will easily miss out that way. It seems like the most fair and reasonable option or way they could have taken it. Will the hours change? That I don't know. But at the very least, you have this window of time to get some shopping in. I wonder how Nook's Cranny is handled, or the updates after that. But obviously we don't have any information on that right now. So this screen. Let me see if I can actually load it in. Doesn't seem to work, doesn't it? Oh, there we go. Hey! Look how many cool clothing options there. I am like... If I want to dress up my character, I'm pretty classy about that. So having these options with the ties is really great. I would choose this one. I would kind of be a bit out of the ordinary. In addition, we have like these cool sweaters, these longer jackets. We have a whole bunch of pants here. A skirt. Some tracksuits up here. There's actually a whole bunch of stuff here. And it is actually just straight up called texture. That's funny. But yeah, nothing special here. Just wanted to point out how cool these clothing options are. And how many color variations you have right from the get-go. Because that's isn't something we touched upon in the menu analysis. But you actually have more than one option when it comes to color. Which, once again, I think that's actually way more important than people think it is. Because you used to be stuck with one option and one option only. This seems to be like, while there are color variations, you can choose them right from the get-go if said clothing item is available. And I think that's really cool. That's really, really cool. We get in the final stuff here, the final stretch of everything. First of all, apparently you have these cute little doormats. It actually says welcome, so that's neat. The line of Dodo Airlines. Dodo Airlines. The crew may be flightless, but it doesn't mean you have to be. Ah, that's such a blessing on the soul, isn't it? I love the little puns and the ways they say things in Animal Crossing, so this is just a blessing on my soul. You see, actually, Tom Nook and Isabelle cleaning up their office. You see this actually more in the footage. In a different video, I can't remember from who it was. You actually see Isabelle giving water to these flowers on the desk here. So there's a ton more animations to go around. And yeah, that's about it, I think. Yeah, that's all of them. Wow. This went by extremely fast. I just can keep looking for hours on at these details. And maybe on Saturday I will do another video like this, where I round up everything that I see on the subreddit and in videos and tell you what's up. But in any case, keep it locked to Game Explain. For more on Animal Crossing New Horizons, there's tons more coming up by the end of next week. But for now, keep it locked for more Animal Crossing info, and we'll see each other next time. Bye bye, everybody. See you later.